want to give a shout out to Kati for, yeah, just showing up, just continuing to show up with an open heart, an open mind. And this wouldn't be possible without people like Kati that just continue to just do the thing. And yeah, just I'm so appreciative and grateful for our friendship over the years. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're calling from. You're home here at Cabin. What's up, y'all? Hope you're all doing well, feeling great out there. For those of you who don't know me, my name is JD, and I am a community weaver here at Cabin. And I have the honor and great pleasure of emceeing this gathering for the next hour. And it's so great to see some familiar faces, some new faces out there. And it's just a special moment here. And we're excited because we're kicking off a brand new monthly gathering called Celebrating Wins. And yeah, I really want to hear from y'all. So if folks feel called to share one word in the chat about how they're feeling right now, just one word, it could be tired, it could be excited, it could be hopeful. I really would love to know how you are all feeling out there right now. Let's see. Refresh. Nice, David. Tired. Yeah. Eager. Let's go, Tess. Waking up, Ali. Good morning. Yes, it is 8 a.m. here in the Pacific Coast. Snuggly. I need to get I need to get on that snuggly level. A little sleepy from Savannah and John. Yes. Been enjoying TNS camp. Curious. Okay, Audrey. A little sluggish, a little sluggish. Well, my friends, you can show up however you are today, okay? So no worries there. If you feel comfortable sharing your video, we'd love to see you. But if you just need to get a little extra cozy and you need to flip that video off, that's totally cool too. Now, we have an awesome community gathering planned for y'all. We'll have some time for some community conversations, some story sharing. Of course, we're going to have some time for celebrating wins. So now's a great time to kind of think if you have a little story or an update from some community building you've been doing, or maybe a new friendship you've made, this is the space to celebrate those wins. So yeah, we'd love for you to join in on this conversation. This is really like an open gathering.
You're
So
fun.
let's get into it. Oh, we have a couple more folks joining here. Oh, we have Kat in the house. Awesome. Oh, it's so great seeing everyone out there. So, for those of you that are a little less familiar about what Cabin is a group of friends and families building a network city of modern villages. And we've been doing this for three, four, I don't know, it feels like 10 years now. And we've had some really special moments ranging from in-person gatherings, online gatherings, dinner parties, comedy events, open mics, weekend retreats, cabin weeks. It's been a really fun ride. And the community has really been gathering around these five obvious truths. Now, if you were on the State of the Network gathering last month, we went through these in detail, but I thought I would just take a quick moment to share these life principles that we organize around. So, the first one, live near friends. We are just happier when we're living near friends. Second one, it takes a village. As we have some kids on the call, I think the parents out there could speak for the reality that it takes a village. And if we don't have a village near you, we're going to help build one and create one. The third one is do the thing. And this is just get out there and just do it. We have a lot of dreamers in the cabin community, which is really special. And I'm certainly one of them. And this third principle really embodies the idea that, like, you can do this. And we want to empower you and support you to do the thing. Fourth is touch grass. We're a lot of nature lovers out here. We just love being outside. So while we love being online and connecting with folks, we want to get outside into nature and also better harmonize with our planet and create resilient communities. And for me, it's not about individual resiliency, it's about community resiliency. And the fifth one is play infinite games. This is a long-term journey we are on, and we're so excited to continue playing with y'all. So, here at Cabin, we're building neighborhoods, and we have this brand new program. Now we're in our second cohort, really third, called the Neighborhood Accelerator Program. It's a 10-week long program. We have Savannah here on the gathering today, and she's our coordinator for the program. So if anyone has questions about it, but really the Neighborhood Accelerator is a chance for us to bring people together from all over the world, share knowledge, wisdom, experiences, best practices, and really guide you through a curriculum that's going to help you build community in your local area. So, my friends, it's time to weave, and that's one of the really the big goal of this call. We have all these folks all over the world doing really awesome stuff, but what we're starting to realize is there might be a neighborhood in San Francisco or a neighborhood in Boulder or a neighborhood in Australia, and there's so many awesome people doing things all around the Cabin Network that we wanted to create this space for people to come together, the community members, the stewards, the mentors, and really weave all these amazing groups, movements, and organizations together. So, what is this gathering all about? It's a space for the community to dream, to weave, to tell stories, to celebrate wins, to introduce ourselves, and of course, to share learnings and challenges. Now, celebrating wins. This is kind of the main bulk of the gathering here. So now is a great time to really start marinating on what you might want to share as we collectively celebrate these wins. And I thought before we'd hop in, we just take a few collective deep breaths here together just to kind of ground ourselves. I like what Savannah and John are doing over there. So we're going to do 3 deep breaths. We're going to go in through our nose, out through our mouth. And what I like to do is as we approach that third deep breath, we're going to exhale and get a little more audible. Okay. So you can mute yourself, but there's nothing like a good exhale sigh. Okay. So we're going to go in through our nose, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. And one more. Let it all out. Let the stresses of the world, the busyness of the moment fade away. All right. Are y'all ready to celebrate some wins? I thought we'd first jump into this section by just welcoming some newcomers. So if there's any folks out there that are a little bit newer to the cabin community, or maybe we're a little more engaged a year or 2 years ago that are hopping back in, this is really a great chance for you to introduce yourself. So if you're feeling comfortable unmuting yourself and sharing, we'd love to hear your name, where you're living, and if you got something brewing, what's your neighborhood or community dream? So do we have any newcomers on the call that want to say hello?
I'll say hi.
Hello.
If you guys can hear me, my
Yes,
name
we
is
can.
Ksenia. I'm in Castro Valley, which is East Bay of San Francisco. I haven't been on this call before, but I saw a Substack talking about neighborhood building, and I was like, oh wait, I've been talking about vaguely doing this for like years. And because I live on a busy street, and I have 2 small kids, and we really wanted to make the place feel more like home. And I've been going door to door the past week to get people gathered this coming Sunday for just like a little fall cider and cookies kind of gathering. And people are really excited about it. And what I found out is people like will say like, oh, I know people on either side of me or maybe like across from me, but I don't know anybody else like 2 doors down. But a lot of people are pretty enthusiastic about it. It's a really nice feeling. So I'm excited to hear from other people and what you're doing and what the heck I'm going to do next. And I don't know. It's all kind of bit of guesswork, but excited to be here and talk to other people doing the same thing.
Amazing. It's great to have you here. How old are your children?
They're 4 and 1.5, and one of them might appear soon, depending on
Okay.
how the morning goes.
Amazing. Well, thanks for sharing and welcome. As you can see, kids are welcome on this call, so no worries if you have a little one running around in the background.
I can go next. Hi everyone, my name's Imran. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm based in Oakland, specifically in Maxwell Park. That's the neighborhood of Oakland that I'm in. Um, I also found Cabin recently through the Supernuclear newsletter, and Savannah and I chatted last week, and stoked to be here. Um, I, yeah, one of my kind of uh, learnings was I'm a gardener and I like gardening in the front yard. And I discovered that by doing that, I've met so many neighbors, um, and really gotten to know them. People stop and talk, and um, yeah, it's really like improved my quality of life, getting to know folks living around me and kind of building community with them, spending more time with them, and yeah, I want to keep doing that, keep building that, and yeah.
I love that. Thanks for sharing. I'm a big gardener as well, and it's like you're watering the plants and you're sort of watering your social garden as well. So I love that. Awesome.
Hi. Oh, go ahead.
Hello. Welcome.
Hi, I can go. I'm Eleanor. I live in Santa Monica, California, more on the Montana Avenue side. I know there was someone from Ocean Park kind of related to cabin. And this is my first experience with anything related to cabin. I also found out through Super Nuclear. And for me, like, I don't have kids. I'm a renter. Community means a lot to me, and I've been able to build a lot or have a lot of friends move near me. But what was really critical to me growing up was, and some of my closest friends are my childhood neighbors, and I don't know my random neighbors as well. I know the people I already know in my neighborhood. So that's something like a skill set I'm hoping to build and develop.
I love that. I love the focus on place. And I think that's like a really great point. Like you don't have to be a homeowner, you don't have to have a big property in the countryside or a, triplex with all your friends. Like we can start building community wherever we are. And sometimes it's just a dinner party or come over for some coffee or hey, you want to go for a walk. So I really like that. Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
I can go next.
Yeah, welcome, Audrey.
My name's Audrey, and I am on the East Coast. I'm in Nashua, New Hampshire. So I'm on the other side. And also found you through Super Nuclear. So it sounds like there's a lot of us that did some reading and had some resonance with what we read. My husband and I just recently moved to the community we're in. We know our neighbors. We just met our neighbors around us, and we've actually settled into a spot where we're going to be for a while, which has not been like, we basically are planning on dying in this house. So we've not had that experience in any other place that we've been before. And yeah, we kind of know people here and there. We're on the sort of way that people get to a walking path. So we have a lot of people that walk by us on a regular basis. And so we've been having conversations that way. There is a communal space that a lot of the neighbors use that include like a pool and a playground and that sort of thing, which I think back in the day was used a lot, but has been sort of falling by the wayside. And I think there's a lot of possibility for sort of recreating community in this neighborhood. And I'm interested in getting involved because I feel like I've had the desire for a long time, but not necessarily the tools or the embodied experience because I didn't really have that. I mean, I had a little bit of that growing up, but not a lot. And I'm interested in kind of getting my hands dirty and seeing what's possible.
Amazing. Welcome, Audrey. I'm from the East Coast, so it's good to see the East Coast pride showing up. The walking path, that's pretty interesting that it goes right by. Like I'm already thinking like, can we plant like a big rosemary bush or, some little herb garden where we could put up a sign that says free herbs or something, or maybe one of those little free libraries. Like it seems like you have some really nice kind of design elements that are already built in that could definitely be an opportunity for connection. So I love that. Welcome. We got all the super nuclear people here. Yes, we love super nuclear. It's just some really awesome thought leadership. I don't know if y'all saw the post. I think it was last night it came through about like, do you and 15 friends want to like rent a block of apartments? I was like, I might move to Arizona. Amazing. Anyone else want
If
to
Agree.
say?
there's time for
Oh,
more,
Yeah, yeah.
cool. I'm Allie. Hi, everyone. Thanks, Savannah, for inviting me to this. So I am new to knowing about Cabin, and I'm here mostly as an observer. I had a super energizing call with Savannah, so thanks again for that. Um, I'm currently living somewhere only part-time, and I travel fully the rest of the time. So my unique neighborhood community dream and challenge is how to build a neighborhood in a country where you don't speak the language, where you want to put down roots and build community, but also have a bit of a nomadic, expat-esque persona for the desired neighborhood, and how do you blend that into something that's very like location heavy. So those are some of the challenges I'm grasping with, but also the opportunities to dream about something, and why I'm here mainly as an observer today.
I love that. Thanks for sharing, Ali. Maybe you and Kati can chat a little bit, as she's German, living in Portugal, speaking English, but I think she found some people that speak German as well. So yes, it's all happening. Welcome. It looks like Nick wanted to say hello. What's up, Nick?
Hi guys, I'm Nick. I was born and raised in Canada, but for 17 years I've lived in developing countries around the world. I've got two daughters, 28 months and 8 months. They're in the Philippines at the moment. I'm currently visiting Canada, which is really strange because I haven't lived in the developing world or developed world for 17 years. I got first involved in intentional communities and eco villages 12 years ago, living in my first eco village in the Philippines. And in the last couple of years, I've been very interested in generally the concept of global unity and how do we create connections? How do we link people together? How do we collaborate more? I find it ironic, for example, that there is so many people involved in this space of unity, yet they are not united. And so there are all these change makers, all these great organizations around the world that are all doing these isolated things without a lot of widespread collaboration. So I'm here to learn and observe what you guys are doing, and thank you guys for having me.
Awesome. Welcome, Nick. Thanks for sharing. And yeah, definitely curious to hear about your travels and experiences living across the world. And yes, we need more unity right now, that's for sure. Amazing. Anyone else want to say hi?
I would love to say hi.
Yes,
And I
hello.
think that Lise is also just unmuted. Yeah, my name is Eloa. I'm speaking to you from Cape Town, South Africa. I'm Brazilian. I've lived in multiple countries, and my neighborhood dream, my community dream is to have people from this international program that I went to in Sweden 7 years ago, no, 10, 12 years ago, a long time ago. And it's on its 17th round for us to have a global neighborhood. So, like figuring out ways to really stay connected to this affinity group that is so purpose like driven, like change makers, passionate about nature, movement. So yeah, I have this dream of a local neighborhood that just exists in my mind and in my heart of people that I know that are scattered around the world, that we really experience that connection, figuring out what that can look like.
That's awesome. Certainly a time for dreaming. We got to take it from the mind and the heart and take it to the dinner table. I think that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I can go next.
For sure.
My name is Lies, and I'm living in Belgium, and I got invited by Eloa because we kind of were connected because we went to the same program, but in a different year. So that's how she was kind of mentoring me in the end to organize community gatherings in Sweden with the local people. And now that I'm back in Belgium, I feel like I want to continue this work in my local neighborhood. And we have like a little old farm next to our house, which is in a way in the middle of the street. And I feel like I don't know my neighbors that well, so I would like to see how it can somehow become a place of gathering, of community, and where, yeah, also children can come together and have workshops and do all kinds of things together. Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love the focus on food. I think it's such a uniting force. It's like a window into culture. it really like brings us together, and it's so personal food, but it can also be kind of the centerpiece for like deep human connection. And I really love that. And there's nothing better than cooking dinner with some people and bringing your family recipes into the mix. What's up, Christine? We got a neighborhood steward in the house. I'm coming to you soon, but you got your hand up, so what's going on?
When are you
Let's talk.
coming? I'm so excited. My name's Christine, and I'm the cabin neighborhood steward in Roatan, Honduras. And I'm having a blast down here, building community. It is a very interesting project. I live in a very tall 14-story, 82 apartment building and trying to get people together in the building to do things is my main goal.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Christine. For all the other neighborhood builders and stewards out there, we got a slide for you. Okay, so just hang on tight. Do we have any other newcomers or folks kind of tapping back in that want to say hi? Okay. Well, we'll certainly have some time. Oh, what's up, Grin? We'll certainly have some time a little bit later in the call for folks to hop back in. But for some of the newcomers out there, I just wanted to take a moment to share a few ways that you can engage with Cabin. Joining this gathering is like an amazing way for you to meet some other folks in the community, but some other quick things. A great thing for you right now is sort of define your dream, your community living dream, and maybe a timeline for building it. If you're not sure, we're here to help. That's really what we're doing right now. Another thing you could do is visit a cabin neighborhood. Get to know some folks that are really on the ground doing the thing right now. Get a feel for some more examples and experiences from some other folks. If you haven't already created a profile on cabin.city, you can go ahead and do that. You can also, once you create your profile, you can add your location so folks can see where you are on the map, and you can see where other folks are on the map. You can also check out our neighborhood directory, which has all the different neighborhoods around the world. Some other things you can do. You can host a dinner party, invite your neighbors. You can become a regular at a business or two or some reoccurring local event just to kind of go deeper in your place. Of course, you can join the conversation on Discord, and we're going to be doing these gatherings every month. So in the next month, as you say hello to a stranger or go for a walk with a new friend, we really want to hear stories that are happening in the community and celebrate those wins. So now's a good time to start thinking about what you might want to share for November. And also, we do have some breaking news that we are launching a new chat specifically for celebrating wins that is going to have neighborhood stewards and builders and dreamers and new community members and mentors all sort of coming together in one central place. So Savannah, do you want to drop that link there in the chat? Awesome. So I'll give everyone here just a minute to click and open that link. It's on Telegram. So we use Telegram for a lot of like smaller group connections. So in the neighborhood accelerator program, we have these small cohorts within the larger cohort, and they have their own little groups, their little spaces to connect, maybe share some more intimate details about the vulnerability of the neighborhood building process. But we also have this group now, which is a little more open, a little more public. So now's a great time to join that group. And if you want to introduce yourself in that group or maybe share an initial win right off the bat, now's a great time to do that. And that's a really great place to stay engaged in between these community gatherings online and when you start weaving and connecting in person. Awesome. Thanks, Savannah, for sharing that. All right. Builders and stewards, what's up? I'm coming to you right now. So we'd love to hear what's going on. For some of you that were at our Story Slam last month, that was like actually one of the sort of things that got us excited about having a more formal sort of celebrating wins story sharing call. So this is a great opportunity for you to share a fun little story about what's going on in your neighborhood. So we'd love to hear about your name, where you're building, what's kind of the story, the dream, the genesis behind your neighborhood, and if there's anything exciting happening on the ground there that you'd like to share with the larger community, now is the time. And Christine, if you want to share a little more, I welcome you to. Who wants to hop in? I know we got Kati on the call, David.
I can
jump
go.
with it.
Oh,
Oh,
you
go
go,
ahead,
Doug.
Sam.
No, you
Either
go.
way,
Take it.
we're both so
you go.
polite, right?
No, you go. Hi, Kat.
No, you go.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go. Okay, hi everybody. I'm Savannah Kruger. I live in Boulder, Colorado in the USA. I run Cabin's Neighborhood Accelerator. I'm so excited to see faces I don't know on this call. So hello. And yeah, I could say a million things about my neighborhood, but I think one of the biggest dreams I have for my neighborhood is that the parents that live in our neighborhood feel supported and connected, and there's many people who can take care of kids. There's a rich sense of village. I'm somebody who's on the fence about having kids myself, but I know that if there's a deep sense of village, I'll probably be a bit more willing and interested in having children and raising them in that kind of support structure. And a fun story that happened recently is that a few of my neighbors in our apartment building, independent of me, have been talking about wanting to have an open door policy. And of course, we're all like grown adults who need privacy and get on calls and have sex with, and like we need privacy. And so we're like working out the dynamics of like how to have an open door policy and have privacy. And we're like figuring that out. But I'm the one who is leading this neighborhood building effort. And it's really cool to have people bring that to me rather than me initiate that. And so I'm really excited about that. I'm also just excited because there's a lot of friends who are now getting more and more interested in moving into our neighborhood. And they're the kind of people who would really like take our neighborhood to the next level in terms of a deep sense of a genuine community building. So yeah, that's me.
Amazing. Thanks for sharing, Savannah.
All right, now I'll go. So actually very similar to Savannah's situation of like not wanting kids, but if there's an amazing community around, it could be a possibility with a big question mark. But love my neighborhood. I'm in Haifa, Israel, specifically in a Dar neighborhood, which means splendor for whatever reason. And one of the things that I really want from a neighborhood that's already happening very slowly is to get the different community organizations in the neighborhood and in the city in general to coordinate better and work together better so that there's more sense of joint kind of community and people integrating and neighbors knowing each other more and just kind of much more interaction and overlap. And we're already doing this. We're planning this huge festival in December, most likely. That's going to probably take a month and going to be in people's apartments and community centers and small businesses, like this whole like city opening up to each other, but especially the neighborhoods. So I'm really excited for that. And no win yet. Let's wait for it to happen. You know, let's not jump too far ahead.
Amazing. Thanks for sharing, David. David's been very involved in the Neighborhood Accelerator program and hopping in a really awesome way. So great person to connect to about really doing the thing in your neighborhood. Amazing. Well, I can hop in. So I'm here in Los Angeles. I am originally from Philadelphia, and I'm moving back to the East Coast. Um, so it's been kind of an interesting time for community building, especially in the last couple months, seeing that like my California moment is coming to an end. But it really comes from the reality that like I'm ready to build long term. Um, I'm a permaculturist, a farmer, so I'm really interested in fruit and nut trees, and I'm ready to plant roots, but like deep roots, like tree roots type of community. Um, but over the last few years, my friends and I have been hosting this event called the Creative Kickback. And it's really a gathering for creatives to come together and share works in progress and feel like they can get live feedback, connect with other, creatives as well. So how we've structured it, it's actually been a brunch event, which I think has been really kind of a nice twist to it all. So we have folks kind of hang out and then we go into like a usually like an hour long kind of concert setting, where we basically have 5 or 6 performers do like flash performances, so like 2 or 3 minutes. So it's very quick moving. Basically, each artist will play like one song, or a comedian will do like a short set. We started to welcome in other sort of mediums, which has been cool. And one of the things I love about this format is after it kind of rolls into like a community jam where people bring instruments. And I'm always trying to meet more creatives. And I think by giving a platform for creatives to have this space has been really powerful, because maybe I meet someone at an event, see that they're super talented. I already have an event coming up every month that I can invite them to and say, hey, you should totally come by. My friends and I do this creative kickback, and then I can ask them if they want to perform. So now they come perform. But I think the best parts is they bring like their 3 or 4 creative friends. So now we have all these people coming into the mix. And actually, I met this one guy at a dinner party and saw he was so talented. I said, hey, do you want to come play at our next event? He came, then he come played at another event. Then I went to another sort of dinner party at his place. Then I told him I was moving. And now I'm roommates with him. And we're sort of continuing the creative kickback over here at our new house. So I think it's really nice to have a reoccurring event that you can invite people to. So, because sometimes if you meet someone on the street or something, it's like maybe you don't want to like get a coffee. It seems like maybe a little too formal or something. But if you have an event, you can kind of casually invite them to, and then leave it on them to come and join. I think that's really powerful. So, just wanted to share that win of like hosting and curating events creates these sort of opportunities that we didn't know, could exist. So I really would encourage everyone, if you're like, I want to host an event, like just do it. Like it, what do folks say in the Neighborhood Accelerator program? Like whoever comes is like the person that's meant to come or something. And it's like, even if it's just you and a few friends hanging out, like great, you made time for yourselves to hang out as well. But we don't know what sort of possibilities may lie ahead. But yeah, looking forward to getting back to the East Coast and really, going deep. But yeah, curious to hear from some other folks, what they're building. Yes, Kat's been to some of these creative kickbacks for sure. For sure. We need you painting a mural at our next one, Kat. Super talented visual artist.
I
Amazing.
can share something that's been kind of stirring in the neighborhood. So we have a lot of gardeners and like folks interested in gardening, and on our daily walks we tend to like run into people as well that are out there gardening, and we've noticed that a lot of people are slowly converting their lawns into native front yards. And that's something that I did and I'm passionate about. Um, and we have started talking to each other to kind of figure out, hey, can we organize like a walking tour of these California native gardens in the neighborhood? And so about 2 weeks ago, about 5 of us got together and had like our first kind of gathering kickoff to talk about our story with gardening natives and how we got into it and what our plans are and kind of figuring out logistics in terms of communication and all of that. Yeah, so I'm excited to see where that goes. I think that could be a fun way to kind of bring people together. But I'd also want to share some things that are happening in the neighborhood that um, are already successes and already wins that I am joining and plugging into, that folks that have been here longer have already been organizing. And I think the neighborhood is really special for that reason, and I'm always talking about it with other people. Um, if I can share my screen, I can screen share stuff. I don't know if that's an option now.
Yeah. Did you give it a try? Did it work?
Um,
I might have had it on the
I think you have to unscreen share.
yeah, try now. Yeah, we'd
Okay,
love to hear what's
so
going on,
now
and then we're going to jump into another little community conversation as well.
cool. So just sharing a few things. Our neighborhood has this thing called Safer Streets. It's a way that we get together to take on public work projects on our own, whether that is painting crosswalks together, whether it's doing neighborhood cleanups, whether it is organizing. This is a Halloween party that's coming up soon with about 200 folks in the neighborhood. Yeah, it's painting crosswalks like this and so on. There's also High Street Coalition, which is every other week we do a cleanup of the highway intersection that opens up into our neighborhood. This has been a cool way of meeting people as well. Yeah, lots of people are kind of getting together. This is the website if you want to kind of learn more about what we do. And this involved also like beautifying parts of the neighborhood that used to be places of like where people would dump trash, and now there's plants there. And yeah, I think that and we also have an emergency response team, which we've been getting folks to basically prepare and plan and organize within the neighborhood itself. So yeah, just a few things. I don't want to take up more time, but
Yeah.
there's some cool things happening.
That's so cool. I feel like your neighborhood's already embodying like doing the thing. We're like, we need more plants. Like we need to bring the people together. Like I love it. I love it. And I love the native plant kind of focus. I'm already thinking, could there be a plant exchange or a local seed bank? Or maybe like a workshop on, trimming and cutting and everyone leaves with like a little plant, or maybe there's like a jade bush or something and everyone can take a leaf and, go with them and sort of, yeah, I wonder, could there be a group chat where people are sharing their updates, or maybe, this plant's dying. Like, I think I put too much fertilizer. And it's like, oh, actually, you didn't need much fertilizer because it's like we actually want these plants in our native soil. Like, I think there's a lot of really cool stuff you guys can do. And I mean,
Yeah.
one of my
So we have a WhatsApp group for veggie gardening, and we'll share excess produce with each other, or kind of help each other with like pest management, stuff like that. Yeah, I think WhatsApp and sort of having these group chats have been huge. I moved in here and I was able to plug into those. There's group chats for like parents who have kids and childcare related things. So yeah, I think those sorts of community chats are a great way to get people together.
Yeah, totally. I love it. Thanks for sharing those stories and resources. Amazing. Well, being mindful of time here, I want to hear if there's any other neighborhood stewards or builders out there that want to share a little win or a story happening in the neighborhood. And then we're going to jump into like a brief little community conversation about some other stuff. Yeah, anyone else want to say hi?
I can try to say hi. My name is Kati. I am living in Portugal with my husband and kid and the furry being that's outside right now. We moved here 8 months ago, not speaking a word of Portuguese other than bom dia, and maybe obrigada. And we started building. Well, first we focused on finding value-aligned people and like finding the right people, and then deciding where we move to. And Savannah gave me a really good experiment to do in the accelerator program, which was commit to where you are right now and then see what happens. And do that for a month, and then after that you can still go out and find the right place to live. And we did that. We knocked on doors, we met neighbors. It was with feet and everything we had. And we're not.
Hi, Luna.
Hey,
Hi.
Luna.
Someone is frustrated. Someone is very frustrated. Anyway, so we started building connections with people who are in our closest proximity, started a WhatsApp thread. We're now really good friends with our neighbors downstairs. We can knock on their door anytime. They love Luna to pieces. I can basically, like, I never did it so far, but I could drop her off there and they would be happy to play with her for a couple of hours. If I have a call, I can ask them and they come up and play with her. Just not today because she's sick and infectious, so we're isolating. the biggest win so far was running into neighbors, and I shared that on the Discord and in the accelerator, but I'm still super excited. We met neighbors who live basically 5 minutes from us. She's from Austria and speaks German, which is always nice to have someone to talk to in your mother tongue. He is Portuguese and he grew up, which is something new. I just learned that. He grew up in this neighborhood, so he knows everything from 30 years ago, 35. I don't know how old he is. But we have an abandoned soccer stadium that got torn down and is now just vacant, and no one is doing something. It's owned by the metro. They didn't do much other than put 2 really ugly buildings on it. And so far I thought that I'm alone with really wanting to transform this place. And we had them over for coffee last week, and he was like, we really need to do something about this field. It's so embarrassing. And I knew it before, and it was an amazing soccer stadium, and now it's just really shameful. And he called the town hall already and tried to figure out what to do and if there are any plans. So I met a co-conspirator, and that's it's just so exciting for me because now I have someone who actually speaks the language and who can go to town hall and get something handled, which I can't yet. So I feel pretty tied by the language barriers that exist, but I'm finding my ways around, and that's pretty fun. So yeah.
So cool. Let me know when you have the world's largest dinner party in the stadium. I'll fly in for that.
Will do.
We're gonna have to cook over a big fire with a huge, just a big pot or something. So make sure you get open fires approved for the plan. Amazing. Thank you, Kati. So yeah, I want to keep it flowing here. We have about 15 minutes left. We like to really start these on time and end them on time, so people can really no, I'm hanging out for an hour and then continue on. But I want to just say the connection doesn't stop here, so definitely join that Telegram group. If you haven't already joined the Discord, that's a great place to hang out. And the city directory. So make sure you make your profile. There's lots of people hanging out on there as well. So there's a lot of fun happening. So wanted to just do some community shout outs here. This is where we just like to show some love to some fellow community members. I want to kick it off and show some love to Savannah for all the amazing work she's been doing with the Neighborhood Accelerator program. I need my glasses. You're just doing an awesome job. I can feel the energy. It's really cool. So thank you for all the work you're doing. And yeah, really creating a welcoming space for people to join and get involved. So thank you. I see you, and I'm showing some love your way.
Well, I can take over and throw some love in some different places. I want to celebrate Luke, who has been trying really hard in his neighborhood in Concord, California, and has just been engaging and bringing a very startup kind of strategic prototyping mindset to neighborhood building, trying a lot of different experiments, running into a few different challenges here and there, and keeping his head up and continuing on. I can tell he cares so much about this work and about what's possible and what his vision. And so I just want to celebrate Luke over there. Sending you love, Luke. You're rocking it. I want to celebrate David over in Israel. Why are you surprised? David's the kind of guy who he's been a part of Cap'n for a little while now. Look at that smile. He's doing so much in his neighborhood. I want you all to just think about what's going on in Israel right now, and then think about trying to build a neighborhood community there right now with the amount of contentiousness and just good reason to not trust neighbors. He has been bringing people together day in and day out for a weekly Shabbat. He's been making his home a third space for his neighbors, for his friends. He's been partnering with a lot of different organizations that are doing community building work. I just feel like he's approaching this from every single different angle and being extremely creative with such a beautiful open heart. And has just been a really good friend to so many people over and over and over again. So I want to celebrate David. And if you ever need someone to talk to about neighborhood building stuff, he's like always excited to help out, always excited to lend a hand, make a difference. I want to shout out JD for running this call. Thank you, JD. Thank you for just like bringing the hype and the excitement. Neighborhood building like traditionally hasn't been that perhaps sexy of a topic, and yet like you and so many of the people on this call are just bringing so much meaning to this collective journey that we're on, and I really appreciate it. I want to shout out Christine for all her hard work in Honduras, and especially some of you probably don't know that Christine started a foundation to support the people in Crawfish Rock, which is like the local town of people who are like natives, locals in that area, and helping the people who come to Duna, the neighborhood that she's been working with to build community, and helping the people who travel there, the visitors, actually contribute to the lives of the locals there. Just that kind of foresight of seeing the different dots to connect and seeing how the people who come in can actually make a difference is really stunning to me. And I just want to celebrate every single person on this call. Obviously, we don't have the time for that. So those are just a few shout outs.
I have a couple more to add.
Please.
First of all, just want to add a little bit more love for Christine and the work that she's doing at Prospera. We hosted a large gathering of community builders, neighborhood builders, leaders from across the ecosystem at a summer camp this weekend in Texas, which was a phenomenal event. And there were several people there coming from Prospera, where Christine lives. And they were just telling me all about the amazing work she's been doing to build and grow the local community there, especially in what is actually currently quite challenging times for that area as they face some legal challenges in the host country. And so just super impressive work, and thank you for everything you're doing, Christine. My other shout out is for Kat. Kat, it's so nice to see you. Because we're here for this event in Texas, we are out at Neighborhood Zero, the first cabin neighborhood that we started, where Kat used to live out here with me and a bunch of other people. And every time I'm back out here, I get to go out into the woods and visit my favorite spot on the property, which is an outdoor meditation zone that Kat lovingly built when she was living out there. And it's still there, along with a bunch of other incredible stuff, a giant mural she made of the longhorn cattle that live out there. And so every time I'm on the property, I just have so many physical, tangible reminders of Kat's incredible art and the contributions that she made to that place.
It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for, number one, letting me vandalize your space. And number two, I'm very glad that it's still being used to this day.
Yeah. Awesome.
Amazing. I want to give a shout out to Kati for, just showing up, just continuing to show up with an open heart, an open mind, and be a person that is so willing to hop in, share ideas. This wouldn't be possible without people like Kati that just continue to just do the thing. And I'm so appreciative and grateful for our friendship over the years. Okay, my friends, we have
Don't need to come over and hold Luna.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of babysitting. My calendar's filling up. We got more babysitting in time. I'd love to though. All right, my friends. So we only have a few minutes left, but what we were thinking for the last little bit of time is just to have an open community conversation. So we've been talking about some different topics that folks might want to be interested in. I thought we'd try this out. It was an idea from Savannah. If there's anything, you know what, actually, I think we're pretty short on time, so I'm going to propose a topic. But next time, I want to try this thing where basically people throw in things that they might want to do, like how to host a great dinner party, or the best way to tie in gardening with community building, or something like that. I feel like this time is very busy and chaotic for a lot of folks right now. So the topic I want to offer is self-care, community care, collective care. So what I'm curious to hear is how are folks finding time to slow down and care for themselves in these moments? How are you making time for yourself, filling up your own cup? So I'm curious if anyone has any self-care practices that they want to throw in the mix, whether that's, pouring up a cup of tea, doing some morning stretching. Um, what are some things that are nourishing and restorative for folks right now? Scuba. Wow, nice, Christine. Yeah, you can throw it in the chat too, but if folks just want to hop in, this is an open time to share.
I'm happy to share. So this has been something I've been connecting with my local ecosystem. So starting to learn about all the plants and the animals and the trees and the flowers in this area that I live in. It makes me feel more connected. And then also starting to, in the self-care aspect, that's part of the self-care aspect, but also starting to sort of look at my own body as its own ecosystem too, and having a daily practice of just like checking in with all of my cells and figuring out what they have to say to me, as opposed to not spending time listening. I feel like the more time I listen to my cells and the more time I spend connecting with the things that are growing and alive around me, it's kind of a continuous cycle that feeds back and forth. And yeah, I found it very nourishing.
Thank you, Audrey. Yeah, our body can tell us a lot. We have to just tune in a little bit.
I go to this ecstatic dance every Sunday morning called Movement Mass in Boulder, and it's just, yeah, there's some ecstatic dancers in the call. Show me, baby. And it's basically just like 200 people dancing like nobody's watching, expressing their emotions, being wild, screaming, and like I just need that catharsis, like campfire drum circle energy once a week. So yeah.
That's great. What else? Maybe one or two more thoughts from folks?
I can share something. So James loves dogs. We don't have a dog, nor do we want a dog, but there's a dog park near us, and we often like stroll by on a walk, and he like points at the dogs and giggles. And the other day we were there, and I was like, what if we just went inside? There's a small dog side and a large dog side, and we just did it. So do the thing as one of the truths here at Cabin. But so we went in and I held him in my arms, and he just like giggled and pointed at all the small dogs and thrilled all the people who were there. Like so many people came up and were like, and who's this friend? And like, do you have a dog here? You don't? That's great. I'm so glad you came in. I was kind of nervous about it, but it just like brought us a lot of joy, and also seemed to bring a lot of joy to the people who were there with their dogs. So that was really fun.
That's great. Like James likes dogs, but yeah, we don't. We're not getting a dog. We're just getting Longhorns. Like, I love these. Everyone's throwing some things in the chat. Thank you so much for everyone hopping in. It's so great to hang out and share some space with y'all. On the self-care note, like I think it's really up to us to carve out that time, and it's not just a one and done situation. Yeah, sauna, cold plunge, you really can't beat it. So between now and the next gathering in November, what I would like really almost challenge folks to do is like make that appointment with yourself to do that thing, go for that walk, read that book. So something that I'll kind of leave with is like, what is that practice that you want to focus on a little bit more? And this can be something to be more introspective about just as we go about the rest of our day here, and just sort of thinking like, what do we want to really do in a way that cares for ourselves? And I think a good follow-up would be if you want to throw that in the chat in the Telegram group, and Savannah just drop that in there. Like I'd love to hear some more self-care practices that people are doing. I'm always looking to add more to my list. I feel like the morning routine just takes like the entire day now, but like I had a good day and I feel good. So coming up on the end here, yeah, if folks are interested in the Neighborhood Accelerator, learning more about it, There's that QR code there. You can apply. Our next cohort's running in the spring. We'll be sharing more about specific details on the next gathering. But this is kind of what it's like. It's a group of people coming together to share experiences, share knowledge with a formal structured program that we've built out. So if you want to learn more, you can apply there. But yeah, I'll also drop my personal email here. Actually, it's weird. The chat's not letting me do that, but I'll drop my personal email in the Telegram chat, the new one that Savannah shared. If anyone wants to talk, like, please hit me up. Like, I'm really here to support, to listen, to grow with everyone. So would love to learn what you're building, any challenges you might have, what inspired you to hop on the call today, what you want to, maybe experience with Cabin, and how we can support you following your dreams. But yeah, just sending a lot of love, good vibes out there to everyone. I appreciate you making time to come out and hang with community a little bit. And hopefully it was a restorative space. And yeah, I'm just energized because we can create the future where the days of loneliness are just behind us. And it can be online, it can be in person, it can be in connection with the planet, it can be building, resilient futures, walkable futures, futures that are connected to nature. And I just really believe that we can do more together. So I just want to say much love to everyone out there. You can follow along, on some socials here. If you want to just take a screenshot, definitely hop in the Discord if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll drop my email in the chat if anyone wants to catch up a little bit more. But yeah, sending love. We'll see you in November, and we'll see you on the trail. All right, everyone. Talk soon.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.